and welcome to Americans Learn. My name is Lauren, and today I'm looking at a Lindsay Nicole video. This is Extinct. It's episode 4 of the Extinct series. This word it's crazy word. Okay. I didn't even look at it before I started to talk, which was foolish of me, but now I'm gonna try. Sahelanthropus tchadensis. You can't really see that. Hold on, let me just get rid of that. Let's get rid of this so you can see it. Yeah, see? Sahelanthropus tchadensis, I think, is what that says. But I guess we'll find out. Let's go.
Time 7 million years. If you were to travel back in time 7 million years, the world would look different in a way you'd probably find unsettling. Plant life in forests would pretty much be the same, but the animals, boy oh boy. Turtles the size of cars, crocodilians big enough to eat them, flightless birds towering over your head. And somewhere in the developing grasslands of what is now Chad, a small, unassuming primate was taking the first upright steps to becoming human. Maybe enough to give you an uncanny valley sensation. This is Sahelanthropus tchadensis, the oldest branch in the hominin lineage that we know of. The fossils of Sahelanthropus, specifically this one, give me chills. In a good way. Makes me feel weird. Like I'm looking at the face of who we were 7 million years ago. It's this feeling that I can't really describe.
It's very crinkly,
like
bone.
My brain goes quiet. It almost feels like the closest thing to a spiritual feeling that the biological world can give me. Like if you've ever been to Yosemite, it's that feeling. But anyway, that is why I decided to get this fossil tattooed on me. For the 4th episode of Extinct, where I get some of my favorite extinct animals tattooed on me. And I tell you all about them. So without further ado, my name is Lindsay Nicole. And this is Extinct. Extinct.
Okay, so like a proto-person. That's fun. Wow.
Do you like it?
I do. I feel like I want to give some context on how exactly I was feeling when I was getting this tattoo. This was the immediate day after getting my Dimetrodon tattoo.
Is crazy.
So my leg was already pissed, so it hurt. I'd already done like 10 hours of tattooing the day before, and then this one ended up going until like 11 p.m. It hurts.
I was like, yeah, I can't, like, if she, the fact that she decided to do these all so close together, my muscles are twitching just thinking about it.
This is the most painful one yet.
I'm sorry, honey.
This was the most painful tattoo so far, but it would not end up being the most painful out of all of them.
Oh,
What's that fucking word they use for like, foreshadowing. As always, we're gonna get the general information, global conditions out of the way. It's the late Miocene, about 7 million years ago. The climate is shifting.
She should have used the meme. The Homer Simpson with Bart Simpson. It's like, the worst day of your life so far. That one.
Forests are shrinking, being replaced by grasslands generally. The air is a bit cooler, a bit drier, and massive animals are dominating the lands and seas. Car-sized turtles like Stupendomys geographicus.
Oh, that's a fun name.
Sick-ass name. And crocodilians large enough to take them down and like Purosaurus. They could get to over 30 feet long. Max estimates put them at like 40 feet, making them some of the largest crocodilians to ever exist that we know of. This was also the time of the megalodon and its competitors, the Leviathan whales. There were heinous terror birds in South America and thunderbirds like Dromornis in Australia. In Africa, there were elephant relatives, such as Dinotherium, also known as the crimson.
Oh, he's kind of fun. Crimson chin. I was like, he's got the little, what? Why would it go down there? How can you use, like, I guess just as like a stabby tool, but like, what's the point of having them underneath your face? He is a very happy looking guy though.
And chin, and Hexaprotodon, just as deceptive as hippos today, but with a mouth like nobody's business.
Yeah, I think we talked about them at some point recently.
On this continent is where we find the beginnings of our hominin lineage, Sahelanthropus tchadensis. I know. Quite a mouthful. Before it was given a scientific name, the fossil was called Tumai, which means hope of life. So we can just call him Tumai. Or Tommy.
You may tattoo me, princess. Okay, now, here's the deal. We gotta make it look like Tommy.
Gotta make it look like Tommy.
The OG ancestor. Better show respect.
This is the kind of cool skull tattoo that I feel like would typically end up looking like mush.
Well, don't speak too soon.
Okay.
It is going to be a lot of fine lines. Like, I'm not sure how, like, in 15 years, you know, like, what's that going to look like?
Angel's really good at making things not look like mush.
I am. I do that sometimes.
There's two gels, goos over there. What are those?
My secret formula. No, actually, this is important. It's just a lubricant. I'm dragging a vibrating needle through your skin. I should probably lube you up first.
Oh.
Hey.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
His skull kind of dumb looking, huh?
Hey.
Hey.
He kind of looks like a slice of pizza.
What?
But he's beautiful.
This is the third mention of pizza in videos that I've watched today, and I think it's a sign from the universe that I need to order some.
Please.
He looks like a piece of pizza.
I don't see the pizza.
He's got crust.
Oh, you're just
You know what? It's already got a bite taken out of it, and the cheese is melting off. I can see it.
of his eyebrow.
He got crust.
Before we get deeper into Tommy and their place within human evolution as a whole, I think it's fair to say we should do a quick little human evolution disclaimer, an HED, if you will, just to make sure we're all on the same page about what the fuck is going on. There's a chance when you think of human evolution, your brain goes to this. I want you to burn it from your brain. Also, funny, I got this image from BaptistPress.com. I was looking for this specific thing, because it's fucking everywhere. And this was the first result that had it. Trying to debunk it, I assume. But it doesn't even exist anyway. So, anyway, burn it from your brain.
It's
Throw it
gone.
in the trash where it belongs. Okay, that's
Okay.
a bit dramatic. It's just that this is misleading. Makes evolution feel like a linear thing. And also like a chimp just started stretching itself more and more until it invented taxes. And both of those things are not the case. So,
Oh,
first
that's
off,
good though.
Evolution
The chimps just stretched until they invented taxes. Oh God.
is not linear, like this picture suggests. It's more like the branches of a bush, with branches that end, and even branches that intertwine, because some freaks decided to bang. And within that bush, multiple species exist at the same time, even ancestors and descendants at the same time. One population of a species can diverge and become a new species, and that original species can still exist, both at the same time. And second, chimps are not our ancestors. We
have a
share a
common
common ancestor
ancestor.
with them. Is that common
different.
ancestor Tommy? Maybe so. Is Tommy
know.
portrayed to look more like modern chimps than modern humans? Sure, humans lost a lot of hair, but the chimp side of the split has been evolving for just as long as the human side of the split, in their own ways, for their own ecosystems. Saying we evolved from chimpanzees is like saying your cousin is your grandmother. I'll say it again in a different way. The common ancestor of humans and chimpanzees and
There are some cases, like potentially. I'm looking at you, Habsburg family tree.
sure, throw bonobos into the mix. The common ancestor between all of us was not a human, or a bonobo, or a chimpanzee. Just like how your grandma isn't you or your cousin. Okay, I'm gonna stop there
Unless
before I
time
get carried
travel's
away,
involved.
because I love talking about this. And also, I have a surprise. This tattoo inspired me to finally start the Human Evolution series once History of Cats is done. Guess what it's gonna be called? The History of Us. That's right, bitch. Or maybe
cute.
The History and Evolution of Us. We'll see. Let me know which one you like better. I think I like the second one better, but yeah, expect episode 1
First one's pithier.
next
it's
month.
shorter.
And you can consider this video a little taste test of what's to come. So, back to Tommy. First off, old. Somewhere between 6 and 7 million years old. They're so close to the split between the hominin lineage and chimp lineage, that ancestor, that common ancestor that we have, that they have kind of been like placed all around. Like maybe this is a chimp ancestor, maybe this is the actual direct ancestor of both. Also
that's
maybe thought to
cool.
be the ancestor of gorillas. But some analysis of their structure of their skull done in 2005, I think, pointed more evidence at hominin ancestor,
That's
which is
really
really,
cool.
really cool. This skull was found back in 2001 in northern Chad at a fossil site called Taurus Manala. A French paleontologist named Michael Brunet and his team made a blockbuster find. 9 cranial fossils, including a pretty complete,
Wow.
yet mangled skull. Michael and his team knew
I mean, it is
instantly
really,
this
like
was
I said, it was
new,
smooshed.
unusual, previously unknown. So for the time being, they nicknamed the
2001,
fossil
that's
Tuma.
crazy.
And over the next year, Brunet's team realized Tommy might just be the earliest member of our family ever discovered, which was the first time
That's
that
crazy that it was
any
2001.
hominid remains had been found outside of East Africa or South Africa. So this was shocking for multiple reasons. Suddenly, early human relatives are all over the place on a continental scale. So
Wow.
this raised some questions. Maybe Tommy wasn't a true hominid or the oldest member of our family at all. Maybe instead a little side quest. This has created controversy in the scientific community for decades. And it definitely doesn't help that the rest of Tommy's body, nowhere to be found for now.
There's
But
no body?
just the skull.
Oh.
There is potentially a femur that was found because there were like multiple bones found, but there was no like proof that they could be connected. So kind of just gotta focus on the skull.
I was gonna ask, do we know how tall they were?
They were pretty small, just based on
Skull
the
size.
skull. Generally about the size of a modern chimp, even though it's
Okay,
not.
that's pretty
Their
small.
brain size was also very small, like definitely smaller than later hominids like Australopithecus, but even smaller than a chimp's brain.
Wow.
So
Dumb.
Dumbass.
You call him Pinhead.
its face was sloping with prominent brow ridges, but the teeth are small and a little more human-like. They
Okay.
had some early traits that definitely pointed to hominin. They had their foramen magnum, the hole that allows the spine to connect to the skull. At the bottom of their skull rather than in the back, because they were starting to walk upright. Animals that don't walk upright, like most of them, have
Like
the
most
hole
of
in the back
That's
rather
so-
than on the bottom. That's a huge clue that even this
yeah.
our line might have been standing up, or at least sometimes walking on two legs. We've got a skull, a thigh
And enough that it's like you would want it to, because I know that like dogs or whatever can walk on their hind legs if they want to, but it's not really, comfortable for them. So it's like, that's interesting that you're doing it enough that that's where your bones go.
bone at the site, but is not confirmed to belong to Tommy. So lots
maybe
to
another one
discuss.
like him?
Lots of mystery. Lots to figure out. Oh, let me explain the term hominin. We know that around 7 million years ago, our ancestors split off from the ancestors of modern chimpanzees and bonobos. Anything in our branch after that point is a hominid. Sahelanthropus is, for now, considered one of the earliest hominins right after that split. Or maybe right on top of it. You've probably also heard
same
the term
time.
hominid with a D.
Yes.
Hominid
Yes.
versus hominin. They sound fucking the same.
Okay, but
Homin-
I didn't realize there was a difference. Holy shit. I was just assuming hominid and hominin were like, you can say octopus or octopuses and they're both plural. like or octopi or octopuses and they're both fine. Like they're not the same. You can't use them interchangeably.
Hominid with a D is for all great apes. So that includes chimpanzees, orangutans,
okay.
bonobos, gorillas, etc.
Could you use the hominids for like for just like anything generally sort of human shaped, like if aliens that have the 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head kind of walk or can move in a way humans can move, like, because I feel like that's where I've seen it used a lot as well, but like in like various sci-fi in places where science fiction, I feel like I see hominid a lot. I didn't realize hominin was a different word.
Nin with the N is just for us and our early human ancestors. I get those mixed up all the time. In previous videos, I've probably definitely said hominid when I meant hominin because it just fucking sounds the same and I forget. So anyway,
Good, it's not just
like I
me.
said, the team who discovered Tommy identified it as an early hominin almost immediately. Those small teeth. Less
Yeah.
fang-like than what you see in chimps, match later hominids. The face is a bit flatter, the brow ridges thick, but not gorilla thick. And that foramen magnum says it probably held its
Yeah.
head upright. All telltales for a member of our team. But some scientists argue that the fossil is just before the switch, and that all of these traits could belong to the shared ancestor of both chimps and humans. Or maybe Sahelanthropus isn't even in our direct line, a cousin removed instead of a grandparent. Also, without leg bones or foot bones, it's hard to figure out
Yeah.
what's up with what they're working with. Nevertheless, virtual reconstructions generally support its potential hominin status. So for now, Sahelanthropus is definitely at the very base, either the earliest known hominin or the last stop before the chimpanzee and human lines.
Either
split for
way,
good.
that's
Okay,
cool.
so what happens next? Well, you're gonna have to wait for the details in the series. Like I said, this is a little sampler. Obviously, the hominin journey is important
Fair.
context for why Tommy is so sick.
Fair.
And luckily, the fossil record gives us a rough outline of how we went from this to this. 6 million years ago, a little further east in Kenya, you get Auroran tchadensis.
He looks like he looks like he's up to something. He looks he looks smug about something.
I'm gonna have to figure out which one is the correct pronunciation for the series because I don't remember. This was actually my first ever long form appearance on YouTube because I collaborated with Milo on his video on Auroran, and he sent me a little necklace that's just a femur because Auroran is really just a fucking femur. That's what we have for now. But
Oh, wow.
it suggests a hominin that was chimp-sized, walking upright. And other related teeth suggest they were eating a plant-heavy diet. So obviously with this, you got a lot of the same shit with Sahelanthropus, just bits and pieces that don't really give us a good story. Much more research to be done. By about 5 to 4 million years ago in Ethiopia, we get something a bit more recognizable. Ardipithecus. They had a much more transitional mix of features between trees.
I was like, have this one I heard of? No, I know Australopithecus. I know like Homo habilis. There's a few that I'll probably remember when she says it, because it's like I remember some of the names.
Climbing ancestors and bipedal descendants, long arms and a powerful grip, but also pelvis and leg structures hinting at walking upright when on the ground. They were a little bit more human-like proportions. They had slightly less protruding brow ridges, but they were still pretty strong. Teeth say omnivore, eating fruits, seeds, and maybe small animals on occasion. The brains are still about chimp size, and the bodies are small. After that came a group called Australopithecus.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
You might have heard of Lucy, that
Lucy.
hominid that was found, and as they were preparing it, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds was just playing on repeat, so they named it Lucy. Very cute. Dated to about 3 to 2 million years ago, these were definite upright walkers, with skeletons and trackways to prove it, and hands that can use simple tools.
Really cool.
Your simple hammer, perhaps, that I mentioned in the last video of the evolution of hammerheads. Australopithecus had flatter faces still. The teeth were in line with ours. The brains were still growing. Still not much bigger than a chimp's just yet. And then came our genus, Homo. You might have heard of Homo erectus.
Yes! Homo erectus and Homo habilis.
Our genus, Homo.
Homo.
Maybe me and you.
The gays.
Are you gay?
Every time I bring up Homo
Yeah,
erectus, it's just a bloodbath in the comment section.
It's a funny name.
I know.
It's an unfortunately funny name.
It's an unfortunate. They should have known better.
Yeah, how do you think people feel?
I mean, like, maybe that was the point, though. You know, you gotta have fun where you can make it sometimes. I feel like sometimes you do, they know. I feel like sometimes they know.
To know that we're all Homo.
I think that it makes them think evolution is a joke. So like they're literally
sounds like a made-up word.
Yeah, they're literally making fun of you guys. Like that's what they say. Like they're just playing with you and they're laughing about it. Is what they'll say.
Okay, but if you were, it would be really funny. So next was Homo.
Yeah, and Homo erectus was the first hominid that we know of to leave Africa. This was transformative for our group. Homo erectus spread the fuck out and eventually evolved into the Neanderthals. Denisovans. So Neanderthals were in like Europe, kind of in the Middle East as well, and our species, Homo sapiens, met up with the Neanderthals there and got a little funny.
Yeah, we
And
did.
did some funny stuff. There's also a group, the Denisovans.
Denise. That's my mom's name.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out.
Hey, Denise, Angel's mom.
Russia. There was also Homo floresiensis,
Heard of
also
them.
known as the Hobbit people, the
Oh.
smallest human species that we know of. They were
Oh, I've heard of them because I watched a video about them fairly recently, actually.
like 3.5 feet tall.
No way.
They were alive on the island of Flores in Indonesia. That's the only place that they've been found. There's a conspiracy that they're still alive there, hidden in the jungle. I'm gonna guess they're not, because I think we would have found them already.
But they're really little, Lindsay. You have to look
They're
harder.
small. They're only
Did you try
peachy.
looking like underneath stuff?
Yeah, you never know. They might be under some
Under a
pebble
log.
we haven't uncovered yet. And then eventually, us. And Homo sapiens spread out. At one point, there were like 8 human species alive across the planet.
Wow.
And some of them definitely interacted with each other. And that's like really weird to think about. It's
That's
weird to think
wild.
about seeing something that looks almost like you, but isn't you. I don't know. It's important to remember.
Well, I guess it's like, it makes more sense for there to be more of the same. Like, there's a lot of different kinds of cats out there. We're doing a whole thing about the species of cats, you know? Like, it is kind of weird that Homo sapien is the only one. It makes more sense that there's more. Huh. I hadn't really ever thought about that.
That each transition in this story didn't happen overnight. Traits mix and match. There were populations with different traits that we can't even place into the family tree because they just seem too similar to 2 different species that we already know. It gets muddy as fuck, because that's what evolution is. It's muddy as fuck, and especially human evolution, because we're trying to learn that shit all the time. More new shit means more muddy as fuck, which is cool, and which is why I am stoked to have gotten this tattoo, regardless of it sucking, pain-wise, and also taking a very long time. This is Ginkgo biloba, an OG. They've been around for millions and millions and millions of years and are still alive today. Practically unchanged. They're around, I think, during the Cretaceous period, maybe the Jurassic. They're still alive today. I was about to say that they're from a different time period than our guy Tommy, but they're actually not, because they're still around. They've been around that entire time.
That's so cool.
Once these are done, we're done for the day.
It only took forever. It only took forever.
Fantastic. It looks like
Bargaining.
we can call it a night.
You're bargaining.
I'm not bargaining. I swear. Meanwhile, it's almost 11 p.m. It is 10:43 p.m.
When did y'all start? Because like this would suck for Angel too. Like, can you imagine like holding that tattoo gun and it's just constantly shake like, oh, your hands would be so cramped.
Yeah, you guys gotta stop making me talk. You look cool. Ooh, this turned out sick.
Oh, that feels like a Baja Blast. Good? Like so thirst quenching and refreshing. All right.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's check this out in the middle.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that looks really sick.
That
I would
does
rather
look
sit
good.
until 11 p.m. to have a really cool tattoo than to have it not look like this. Can I? Yeah.
Good job.
Angel killed it once again. And if you like this
Wow.
video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the final episode of Extinct, actually coming out next week. If you know what my favorite extinct animal is, you know what tattoo I'm getting. That's the hint. Keep up with behind the scenes updates on our Discord server on Patreon. And for now, stay curious. The world has a lot for us to learn. See ya!
Bye. Always a pleasure to. Oh, wait, there's a thing at the end. I saw a thing. I saw a picture of her. Why?
Like, I have evidence, video evidence. I am not just 5'3.5", not just 5'4", I'm 5'.
Rude. Okay. All right. So there is one more. It is out. I will be watching that soon, but not today. But yeah, okay. Oh, wow. That was cool. I did not, I love learning new stuff. I love learning new stuff about especially humans, human evolution. I hadn't really considered it's like we are the one, it's only one species right now of like our species, and like other animals have a lot more options. That's so wild. Okay. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Next time on Extinct, it's the last Extinct. I'm looking forward to it. And in the meantime, we'll fill in with some other things, but I will see you there.